80 years ago, the vision of Red Harkins came to life. At just 18 years old, he opened his first theater right in the heart of Tempe.
When most kids are like thinking about their first semester in college or what to do about, their apartment or dorm, my dad was polishing the turnstiles, tuning up the projector, getting the sound to work.
Memories of his father rush back each time Dan Harkins visits the family's oldest standing theater, the Valley Art. Originally named the College Theater, Harkins' father built the Valley Art in 1940. This just 7 years after opening the State Theater, the first of the Harkins enterprise just around the corner.
I've seen a lot of changes here, a lot of nostalgia, and this is still the same old theater. Some of those bricks my father laid, and my mother worked in that box office for my dad, so this is really kind of the roots of our family right here at the Valley Art.
Roots planted in Arizona for 8 decades. Harkins remembers walking down Mill Avenue as a child. He also remembers watching his dad expand the family business.
Harkins theaters grew very slow in the beginning. Then in 1968 it started to really blossom. He opened some theaters in Phoenix, in Scottsdale. Unfortunately, my dad passed away in 1974. The Camel View Theater was his last theater he built before he died.
But his legacy and his company lived on through financial difficulties.
My accountant came to me right after my dad's passing and said, Dan, you guys are actually bankrupt.
And despite the challenges of an evolving movie industry.
The challenges have been just basically to stay on top of technology.
His son carries the torch.
I just loved my father, wanted to keep his vision alive.
And moviegoers fulfill that vision.
Kid.
Are you going to share any of that?
I know. I was listening. It was just such a great story. Dan Harkins joining us now.
Well,
First of all, thank you for sharing your history. We were just talking about how you took over the theater when you were only 21 years old.
Yeah, that's right. I grew up in the business with my dad. I went to work with him all the time. The Valley Art Theater, where my mom worked, where you saw the picture of, I went there as a little boy, and I sat in the front row with a giant bag of popcorn and watched movies all day long. So I just thought that was the way life's supposed to be.
Wow.
And then my dad became ill, and I thought, well, he'll live on forever, of course. I didn't think he would pass on, but he did, and I was only 21 years old, and it just seemed natural I'd grab the reins. And really, like I said in that story, when the accountant came in and said, Dan, you're bankrupt, I said, what does that mean? Because I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna fight to the very end. And I did. And luckily around 1982, it all changed on one movie, Fantasia.
Really?
So I owe it to Mickey Mouse. He kind of saved my life. But a lot of movies before that too, Monty Python, The Holy Grail, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and things like that. But I can think of ways, and one of the ways we stayed alive was starting the foreign and art film, the exclusive independent films at Camel View. That was one of my life preservers, and the summer movie fund program, and midnight shows, and the gourmet snack bar concept, and everything. And then inventing the luxury concept in the late '80s with the high-back rocker love seats and everything.
So what are you guys doing to celebrate? 80.
Oh, yeah.
Did you forget?
I know, right? It flew by so fast.
We're so grateful to Phoenix moviegoers for keeping us alive. So, hey, I brought a newspaper ad with me. We're running free movies starting yesterday. So basically, it's like, stuff like, Epic and Crudes, and we've got Warm Bodies, Jack and the Giant Slayer, and it goes on and on. I mean, my favorite's going to be Life of Pi, because I missed, believe it or not, I missed it.
You haven't seen it?
No, it was in the Cine Capri, and I missed it. So, so altogether, 11 locations, ongoing shows all day long.
And they're free.
And they're free. They're absolutely free.
Wow, that's outstanding.
So absolutely free, because we're so thankful to be, we're last of a dying breed.
I know.
Theater chains that are homegrown like Harkins Theaters are just going away.
So free drink upgrades, free movies, some free concessions. I got to ask you, since we got about 30 seconds left here, Dan, favorite movie of all time?
Well, it has to be Fantasia. It saved my life.
Okay, that's a good point. Absolutely.
And my favorite snack bar item is to have, M&Ms with don't tell my doctor. Okay, M&Ms with popcorn and a big giant drink or Perrier. It's fantastic.
My producer,